Welcome back, friends. It is time for the level 3 butcher in BigDenoPlays Kingdom Death, the People of the Dreamkeeper campaign. We're about to face the butcher. If you have never faced the butcher before, you've probably never played Kingdom Death, and I have no idea why you're watching this show, but so be it. Thank you for joining us. The butcher's a pretty relentless foe. However, at this level, it becomes much more of a dice rolling exercise, and that's one of my great strengths, really. If I'm honest, is I can roll some hot dice. And anyone who is concerned or considering that perhaps potentially my dice rolling is erroneous, feel free to ask any of the people that I play board games with on a weekly basis, or any of my Marvel Crisis Protocol opponents. There is an expression that we use in the circles of wargaming in Brisbane, which is called Deno dice, and that is literally a frequent enough occurrence that people have an expression called Deno dice. I like to think that I'm just very good at games, but you know, it helps to be lucky too. Butcher level 3. I've shuffled his location deck. We're all sweet on that front. Shuffle his AI deck, shuffle his location deck. We're all sweet on that front. It is going to be an exercise in let's just get that shit done as quick as we can. He is toughness 15. That is not a concern for us. The concern will be that he is invincible, and on an 8+, the wound roll fails. So let's have a look at our survivors that we're bringing into this battle. There's a genuine thought at this point that I had, and I spent the last little while mulling over it. Is it worth taking our good gear into the settlement, into the battle, and risk the potential of a TPK and our scout dying? The answer is no. It's not worth the risk. But at the same time, I have some confidence that I can manage the butcher's approach, I guess. So let's see. It's a risk, put it that way. It would take some poor luck for us to lose all of our gear, but if we do at this point, it's a settlement restart and we just move on. So be it. We've got a shrine roll. We roll a 1, departing survivors gain +1 insanity. Job done. At this point, Mad Eye is going to gain 3 insanity. 1, 2, 3. He's back wearing the croc set. And he's going to gain 1 to the arm hit location. She is fine on her neuroses. Mad Eye did not have the total highest thing, so he actually goes to 0 survival. Sounds like a pretty big impact. It actually isn't in this fight. She also sets her survival to 0. Very rarely do you actually get an opportunity to spend survival. He tends to do brain damage and bang your frenzied, and you're just kicking goals anyway, so it is what it is. Physiognomy, great. High roll is good, actually. That'll be good to use. So at the start of the showdown, thanks to the Violet Armor Charm, we add 2 to all hit locations wearing feather armor. Feather, 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 feather. And at the start of your act, roll 1d10, add that amount to all feather armor. So this is just a permanent 7 armor on every hit location, pretty much every turn, which seems great. Alice, she is fine. And if we go and nip over here and have a look at this bad boy, you can see that we have the stone columns, which I'm not even going to bother setting up. 1 random terrain card. We do have Physiognomy, in play, so we're going to flip 3 random terrain cards. What I really want to see is a tall grass. If we get a tall grass, we'll probably be feeling a little bit more. Debris doesn't help us. Oh! My levels of confidence have increased in this fight by a significant margin. We go first in this fight, and that is good for us. I'm going to nip over to this showdown board now. We're going to basically try and hide ourselves in tall grass, and that's pretty much it. So our scout's going to go down here, and she's just going to put herself in the stone face tile. We want to try and, he draws 3 AI cards, so we want to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. So we want to be here, 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 and here. We'll put tall grass here, and we'll put tall grass up here. So that's it. We add arrival bonuses. I don't think we have any arrival bonuses. Partnership would be really handy right about now. Yeah, actually, this is the key. This is the key, isn't it? With these. This is the key with the self. Wow. Okay. So collectivists and optimists, if we use partnership, when you arrive, you put your settle. Okay, we'll spend some endeavours on that next year, I think. Partnership. If you're wondering what partnership does, it is pretty good. Of course, it's the last card I look at. There it is. On arrival, gains survival up to the arrival limit. Amazing. The remaining partner can potentially gain a disorder, but that's fine. I'm not even going to set up the debris or the toppled pillar. The only other departure bonus we have to do is on Dolores, and she has 3, 1, 2, 3, to each hit location that has metal armor, thanks to the Lantern Cuirass. I tell you what, Clothed and Satiated actually really changes up the complex, the value in armor sets. You know, the Phoenix Helm with the Lantern Cuirass. The Phoenix Helm is a metal armor, so it gets you 4, and then so it's literally just 1 lower on the helmet. You still get the +3 because it's metal, and then you get the benefits of the Phoenix Helm. I need to have a think about that, friends. Need to have a real, genuine think about if it's worth looking into mixed sets. Nonetheless, there is the Butcher, all on his lonesome, ready to kick the shit out of our survivors. We will start. Our wonderful survivor is going to flop herself into the little hidden face tile, and she's done. Everyone else is going to put up a block. No block over here. 2 block for you, thanks to the beacon shield. 1 block for you. Mad Eye has no survival, so rather than put up a block, he's actually going to spend his round leather shield ability. Who actually do we want to take these hits? We want our evasion tank doing that. Great, and that is literally all we're going to do. I don't think we got anything else. No, we're done. The Butcher. Devour Lantern, the closest threat in facing. So he goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Job done. That's it. And then he does kick, closest threat in facing. The Butcher pursues the target, perform basic action at the end of that. One, and the Butcher performs basic action. So the Butcher now is doing his basic action, which is the following. He hits 4 speed. It's on a 4+. Our evasion tank, Rowena, is +8. The tall grass effectively cancels out his accuracy. She has 2 beacon shields up. 1 hit, so the block is discarding that hit. There is no bleed. The basic action is done. We still have 1 block on there. And we get Hugh, closest threat in facing. This is only speed 3. The 3+ goes to a 9+. Of course, we rolled 2 10s. One of those is blocked. The target gains 1 bleeding token and is knocked down with bash. So we ignore bash. Let's see where it goes. It goes on the hand. Probably not worried about that because we have unyielding, so it'll be 4 damage to the hand. We'll take that at this point. Gain a bleed token. 4 damage to the hand. She is done. At the start of our act, every survivor gains a survival because of the Lantern Festival top. And it is now our turn. So he's done his 3 AI cards. So the person we want to do the damage is the Dome Buster, Salazar. He has Faceism, which means he can only hit in the front. So we're better off doing this, I guess. Or are we? No, we're not. The Croc Armor. 1, 2. The Croc Armor guy moves to there, and he's going to swing. Good old Mad Eye. So he has combat conviction. He's wielding a sword. He's actually wielding our new sword, the Kingslayer. We do need to be very considered facing. Let's do that. He's 2 speed, Mad Eye, and so the sword hits on a 6. That goes down to a 4 thanks to the 2 accuracy. That's a 5 and a 9. That's 2 hits. We hit the Furious Gauntlet and the Impervious Cleaver. So we'll gain an insanity from the Cleaver. This one here, because we attack from the facing, we cancel reactions on the first selected hit location. The Kingslayer is strength 8. And the Mad Eye is 12. So we're only looking for 15, aren't we? Yeah. So we're a 3. We're sharp. We succeed. We now roll an 8+ to see if the wound gets through. The wound does get through. So that is our first wound. We did not fail. Mad Eye will spend a survival to surge. And he'll swing with the Kingslayer. A perfect hit. So on a perfect hit with combat conviction, you gain 1d3, 1d5 insanity. 5 insanity. We flip 2 hit locations, we get the Thick Cape, and we get this. So we will cancel reactions on the first drawn hit location. We do have Sword Specialist, by the way, so we can actually choose and see. So that's a perfect Wound, we will take this one. We'll roll the 8+. So we do roll the 8+. So this is an interesting interaction. When the butcher is wounded, roll 1d10. On a wound result of an 8+, the wound roll fails. Now, let's go and read the thing for refined. So refined is a new gear weapon. And let us see what it says. It says, when this fails to wound, you may re-roll the wound attempt. So we'll re-roll the wound attempt. The wound attempt succeeds, and we roll a 6, so we do a wound. And we cancel. And sorry, that was this one. This is the first one, so we do a wound, and the wound fails, but we cancel that reflex. So refined, we get to attempt the wound attempt again. It succeeds, and yeah. All right, that's a good weapon. Cool. This survivor, whose name escapes me for the moment, Dolores Umbridge, she's just going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And she'll swing with the Usurper. It's a new axe. 2 on a 6+ goes to... She doesn't have facism, no. She is insane, so does she move diagonally? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She'll swing with the Usurper. 8 and a 9. Don't trap me. Whoop. Super Dense and the Death Blow. She has Axe 2. No, she has Axe Proficiency, so Axe Weapon Specialist. So that is, if you fail to roll a wound, you may attempt it again. You may ignore it and attempt to wound the same location again. This weapon is wounding on a 2+. We'll do Super Dense. It's a wound. We roll an 8. We do not, so that does a wound. And the Furious Scrag. We roll an 8. Does it get through? It does. Some good activity happening right now. We will just do double block on Rowena, and we will spend a survival to dash with Dolores. She'll just into the grass there. She will just go back behind there and block. I don't think that's worth it at this point. The Dome Buster, it's 1 speed. Can we get Mad Eye any stuff? No, we can't get him out of the way, so it's either... no, I think we're fine at the moment. I don't think we need to rush. So Salazar will just have a shot with the arc bow. Hitting on a 6. That's a perfect hit. Doesn't have anything for perfect hits. Nope. And it is not the trap. It is a reflex action. Yeah, so it's a wound. Definitely wounds. Does it get through? It does. He moves there. He collides and knocks both of these survivors down. And that's there. At this point, I think we surge. We swing with the Buster. the Dome Buster. See if we can hit on a 3+. We can. Don't be the trap. Don't. Yes. -2 toughness till the end of the round is of no value to us whatsoever. That's a 1, so at this point we will use our Guardian reroll, our first Guardian reroll. From Alice. And we'll reroll the 1. It definitely wounds, and it's enough to do 2 wounds, but now the Butcher will attempt to avoid it. He does not. 1, 2. It's a wound. He suffers -2 toughness until the end of the attack. That is our turn. No. He can still dash. And I think we will dash with him. Because he's speed 7. Dash, surge. 1, does he have diagonal? No. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And that's it. Start of our next turn, start of the next turn. We'll stand up thanks to Fist and Tooth proficiency. And we'll draw an AI card. And we draw Infinite Kick, the closest threat in facing. There isn't one, the closest threat. So we will do our tank, who has 2 evasion. So this is a 4 dice attack. They are hitting on 10s. That's 2 10s. But they're both blocked. At that survival opportunity, before the AI is drawn, Rowena is going to spend one of Salazar's survival to surge, and she's going to put her block back up for block 2. So we ignore the after damage effects, we've surged to gain that, and then we'll draw an AI card. So this is still AI card 1. Wild Carve, same deal, 6s again, or 10s again rather, so nothing, no one gains bleed. All survivors suffer 1 damage to a random hit location. So her, she suffers 1 to the boot, and a bleed token. And Crocodile Man, he suffers 1 damage to the boot, and a bleed token. Other way. So that was our first AI card. Second AI card is Lantern Hunger. So he disappears after damage. This is why the Butcher is an annoying doofus. Just she is doomed. So we have a block up. From Dolores. So this is speed 6. She's in the tall grass, which is negated by his accuracy tokens. She can't spend survival, so 4+ goes to 7+. 1 block. Oh. 3 hits, so we block 1, we can't spend survival. So this is 2 hits, so the hands will take 1, 2, 3. Dolores has and 3 to the body. She gains the priority target token, and that is it. This is our third card. It is attacking Dolores. It's a bite. Dolores does have a survival. She can spend it at this point, so she will spend it to surge. And she'll put up a block. 4 speed, 4+ goes to 7+. The block stops the after damage, and that is the end of the Butcher's cards. Start of our turn, we gain a survival for everyone. Thanks to the Lantern Festival top, we shuffle the Butcher's hit location deck and we think very carefully about what we want to do now. Salazar is definitely going to move to here, and he's going to swing with the Dome Buster. So his accuracy hitting on a 3+, that's a 3, and we get Furious Greaves, wonderful, rolling to wound. That is a wound and is a surpass. Does he avoid it? He does. I can't do anything about that. That's very annoying. He'll spend a survival to surge. I'm actually going to assume that I have to do 2 rolls there because I do 2 wounds. So one of those wounds gets through. It says when the Butcher is wounded, and the Dome Buster says the monster suffers an additional wound. So I'm not sure of the exact mechanical thing. Reflex is done. Dome Buster again. Hits. And it is not the trap. Salazar does have 3 courage, so he can ignore that. Reflex. He does a wound. It is a Lantern 10. Does he ignore it? He does. Does he ignore the second one? He doesn't. What a jerk. So no brain damage for that. That is Salazar. Rowena, where she is, she will spend a survival. From Alice. And that finally gets her the last all for 1. She'll spend 2 survival from Alice. And she will dodge and surge, or thingy and surge. So we level up all for 1, which was what I was hoping to do. I like to do these level ups now. Is this collectivism or optimism? Collectivism. Which I'm sure you've all figured out already. So that I remember to put it in. All right. So I still have, so Salazar's done. She has spent, dash. We will swing with the Usurper, which is on Dolores. Accuracy +1, that's a hit. The Usurper, Cleaver, gain an Insanity. She has already surged, so she will just move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Mad Eye. Does Mad Eye go into the rear? The Kingslayer? No. We'll dash with Salazar. Come on, get it, Dad. Or has he already dashed? When did he dash? Not sure. That's what we're going to do. We're going to do that. It's not a massive turn. He's going to clear 2 bleeding tokens. That's what I wanted to do with him off Rowena. 1, 2. Okay, that's our turn. We will just hope that we can survive this. So the monster, we shuffle this deck of cards. And we get this AI card, which is Hugh, the closest threat in facing. So it is our Salazar. So let's just think about this. It's 3 speed. His evasion 2 is in the grass. So he's hitting on 5s. He doesn't have a block. So because he's insane, we discount the first hit. We suffer a brain damage. So that does go onto infectious lunacy. And that hit is discounted. We'll then draw this AI card, and it's a Butcher's Roar. All non-deaf survivors. So I don't think anybody is deaf. Roll 1d10 on a 4+. They suffer 1d10 damage and are knocked down. So this guy suffers 1, 2, and 3 brain damage. So he suffers the frenzy brain trauma. So he gains 4 insanity. He loses 3, and then he gains 1. And then he gains +1 strength and +1 speed. We're in the end game now. Alice is not on the board. Rowena, she does, so she suffers 1, 1. So effectively loses 2. She's knocked down. Boom, boom. Our tank does not suffer any damage. Perfection and Croc Guy, he does. Suffers 3. Gains 1, 2, 3, 4. He's knocked down, and he also gains a strength and a speed. Okay. His proficiency is a sword. He has done a wound. Her proficiency is a sword. She is not fighting at all. Dolores, her proficiency is an axe. She has done a wound with Usurper. Salazar, his proficiency is a bow. He has done a wound. So, that was the second AI card. Our third AI card, the only active target that we have right now is our tank, and that is the closest threat, so that is perfect. He goes there like that. The bite is 1, 2, 3, 4 speed. She has block up, so that does nothing. Everyone jumps up, thanks to Fist and Tooth proficiency. Our tank will block, and that will be all. Salazar, he has facism. He's going to move into the front, 1, 2, 3, 4, and use Dome Buster. He is now 2 speed on Dome Buster because he's frenzied. He rolls double 1s. He can't surge. We'll use our second Guardian reroll. What a dickhead. What an absolute dickhead he is. To hit on a 6, and we flip The armoured pig shoulder. Do we wound? We do. It's a pass. Does the butcher ignore the wounds? Yes and no. What an absolute spud. One, two, three, four, five. Into the rear with the axe. So this is the usurper. This is now speed 3. Because Dolores is frenzied. So this hits on a 5+4+. 747. It's a plane, and it's also 3 wonderful hits. Don't you? Ah, you just had to do it to me, didn't you? We don't have any trap cancellation, so everyone in there suffers knockback 5. And bleed token 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What an idiot. What an idiot he is. At least she's got plenty of armour. How many hand locations do you reckon we can hit here? We don't have a shield up. Basic action, 4 speed, hitting on a 2+ innately, which then goes to 5+. 3 hits. We'll guaranteed roll 3 hands. Oh, we definitely roll a hand. She does have... oh, when you suffer a severe injury, gain a reroll token. This could actually be alright for us. Waist, 1, 2, 3. Body, 1, 2, 3. And hands, 1. Oh, it's only she knocked you. We'll fist bump her up from Rowena. She'll spend a survival to surge. Fist bump. Surge. Her turn's complete. His turn's complete. Swing again with the usurper. Just 1 hit this time. It's a failure reaction, but I feel much more confident this time because we're wounding on anything but. That's a wound. Does it actually get through? It does, thank goodness, because that would have triggered failure. She will surge or dash 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Crocodile will go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and he'll use bandages on himself. Oh, she can't surge and she can't dash because she's frenzied. Ah, that's unfortunate. Well, in that case, I'll leave a knockdown. We'll put that wound back. We'll put the Furious Fan Braces back on top. It's not going to matter anyway because we're going to have to shuffle it. And so we won't fist bump her. Move to their block. That's it. That's fine. He'll actually stay here. Oh, she can go. No, we want him to draw him in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, to there. She got 2 block. He will clear bleeding tokens on himself. He is frenzied. He's no survival. We do gain a survival at the start of the turn from the Lantern Festival top. His turn. All non-death survivors. On a 4+, the target suffers 1 brain damage per monster level and is knocked down. That is very, very bad. So, green is not knocked down, does not suffer brain damage. Red is knocked down, but does suffer brain damage. Gains frenzy. So effectively loses 2. Gains a strength and gains a speed. our tank. She does. That's a shame. So she is going to take 3. She's going to gain 1, 2, strength and speed, and she is knocked down. And not. First card. Second card is closest threat. It goes to here. Third card, bite, closest threat in facing. We go here. Its speed is 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 plus. Our crocodile set does not have great evasion, I don't think. So 4 plus goes to 6 plus. 3 hits. We do not have a block up. We cannot spend survival to dodge. So that is 3 hits, which means he suffers a random severe head injury. Mad Eye, you roll a 5, which is an intracranial hemorrhage. Gain a bleeding token. Boom. Not ideal, but that's his last card. So, she will stand up. He will move 1, 2, 3. Oh, actually, let's do an attack with him first, because he's got the thing. We know that gets shuffled. Sword Boy. Kingslayer. Mad Eye has 3 speed. 6 plus goes to 4 plus. 3 hits, including a perfect hit, which gets him 1d5 insanity. 5 insanity. Go Mad Eye. I don't really want 3 hits. If we flip the trap here, I'll be very upset. Ooh, beautiful. Because this is the Kingslayer, we can ignore the first reaction. We're actually going to do this order. So we get to ignore the first reflex. Roll to wound. It's anything but. It's a wound. Does he survive it? He does not. So that one is done. We'll do this one. That's a perfect hit. Does he survive it? He does not. And that knocks him down. And all survivors gain +1 courage. Wonderful. Dolores achieved bold. Mad Eye achieved bold. Dolores, her roll for bold. She gets nothing. Mad Eye's roll for bold. He gets nothing. It's like a strength token or something, but at this point it's irrelevant. And this wound roll on this last hit location is a wound. Does he survive it? He does survive it. And that is fine because he's knocked down. It's the end of the attack, so he stands up from his knockdown. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This guy will go into here and he will swing because of facism with the Dome Buster. Big roll here. Big roll. 3 speed. Hits 3 times. If we flip the trap, I'm going to be very angry. Actually, no, we're fine. Don't, you idiot. Okay, so we'll do this one first. We'll do the impervious hit location, just gain an insanity. Let's do this Furious Gauntlet. It's anything but. That's a wound. Does he survive either of the wounds? He does not. 1, 2. The Death Blow location. Do we wound it? Yes, we do. Does he survive either of them? He survives one of them. We don't have any luck. So that is the Death Blow. She'll move to there. We're going to get more frenzy from this friggin' brain trauma. I'm going to flip it again, aren't I? That's going to be so annoying. We still don't have anyone dead, so Dreaded Trophies is not in. Yep. It's the end of our turn. It's this guy's turn. Everyone's frenzied, so there's no survival opportunities. There's no survival stuff, so he's just going to flip. It's infinite kick. Of course it is. Infinite kick. 4+ on our tank. Blocks 1. Infinite kick is done. Draw an AI. Infinite kick will come up again for sure now. Butcher's Raw. Intimidate everyone. All non-deaf survivors. 4+. This is silly. Yes. I'll just roll them all. Yes. 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 All 4 of our survivors are knocked down. That could play in our favour. So they're all gaining a speed token, 1, and a strength token, 1, and losing 3 insanity but gaining 5. Losing 3 but gaining 3, 1, 1. Mad Eye losing 3 but gaining 2, 1, 1, and Rowena gaining 2, 1, 1. That's still our first AI card. Menace, probably. Closest threat, there is none. Menace. Menace is turn the Butcher to face the closest survivor. They suffer 1 brain damage per monster level. At this point, I think we'll put it on Rowena. So she then gains Frenzy. She gains 3 back. So that's that. Third AI card, Bite, amazing. Menace. That's fortunate, means the next one we do is Infinite Kick. Menace, she suffers it again. She gains 2. She's speed +5 now. That seems fine. We could swing the beacon shield, I suppose. Everyone stands up, it's our turn. She'll block. She's done. Dome Buster. How many speed are you now, buddy? 4 speed. He hits 4 times? 3 times? 4 times? Don't do this. 1, 2, 3. Oh, the death blow! Okay, we can do this, Deno. Alright, so we're obviously saving the death blow. So we can ignore that. This is probably the order we do it in. Okay, so this reflex first of all. So we're wounding on anything but. That's a wound. Does the Butcher take the wounds? He takes 1. Reflex, we don't have. We have 3 courage, so we can ignore that. This one, we wound. Does he survive them? He does not. 1, 2. Oh my god, we could do this on the death blow. How good would that be? Wounding the death blow. Wounding it. It's a wound. If I roll no 8+s on this, we've just killed him on the death blow. That's a 2. And yeah, it's a 1. Get out of here, you idiot. I just killed you on the death blow. Oh. If the Butcher is killed at this location, it is beheaded. Each survivor may select one permanent evasion or one permanent accuracy. Dolores, one permanent evasion. Mad Eye, don't really care. Rowena, keep stacking that evasion, my girl. Salazar. Alice. That'll do. Boom, boom. Look, the fight is what it is, right? It goes very quickly, and yeah. Sometimes you just roll like shit and he smokes you. But it's good we won. We won that fight, so we can move on and get into some king hunting. It's time to hunt the king. We're going to get this. Potentially we're going to get a Forsaker mask. It's not actually very good, so we roll a 9, which goes to 12, which goes to 13, 14. Yep, so we get a Forsaker mask. When level 3 Butcher is defeated, yep, Forsaker mask is ours. Don't really care, we're not going to use it. We get 1 Hunt XP. Hunt XP. Alice may ponder Dreamism. Will return and advance the year. Alice will ponder Dreamism. Our Axe Mastery Dolores, she will actually gain 2 levels of Axe proficiency, because you can actually gain 3 levels from that fight. Rowena didn't do a sword wound. Salazar did a bow wound. Wonderful. We've got 29 dead survivors. Could have been more. Could have been more. Look, I was about 90% sure I was going to win that fight, right? But if you roll badly, we could have just lost every single piece of gear that we had then, and that would have been terrible. But the butcher is not a pushover. Elder Council, that'll be fine probably. Stranger in the Dark. I think Stranger in the Dark has less negative consequences. We'll do a Stranger in the Dark, and one of our buffhead survivors will roll a 4. Departing female survivors gain 10 survival. Put that there. We have no story events this year. We can't innovate this year, because they have not left us with enough resources. And so we've got a whole pile of collective cognition to spend. Oh, we achieved culinary ingenuity, which is the last of our forum things, which is ancient wisdom. Retired survivors can gain knowledge. We don't have a retired survivor, don't care. Philosophy lecture. Let's do our facism pondering on Alice. And then I've got, just make sure, Alice. Facism level 3. Endless equation. Oh, I was nearly going to kick over to a 10. It's a 4. She's a stone face engraver. That's nice. Done. If we had rolled a 5 there, she would have gained +1 accuracy and +1 evasion, which would have been pretty nice. But we're okay. We've got all for 1. Let's flip our knowledge deck out. We'll clear out all for 1. And We'll before we go into the last battle, we may want to swing into a champion and then give them that chosen. Not taking chosen, probably. Combat conviction's good. Better than this, not taking that. Plausibility, not taking that. We'll definitely give someone combat conviction because we need a new sword proficiency champion. Mad Eye, you are unpinned. Dobby. Dobby has how much collective cognition? 1 Lumi. Oh, that's right, we can get him 4 Lumi using endeavours. So we'll do that and buy him combat conviction, Dobby. And where is it? Where is it? There it is. And I think it costs like 3 endeavours. One, two, three. We don't need the trepanning, we don't need the rest. Monster anatomy study, we could be close to axe mastery, I guess. Don't need to practice, we've got all the seed patterns. We'll probably just do... Don't think we got a black lichen for killing him. We can do some more of that. Let's do that. Just check the nutrition. Yeah, so it's 3 to do that. Don't need a hollow stone. Oh, that's right. We want to do partnership. Yep. So we'll do partnership. Pottery we don't need. Purification we don't need. We'll do an armor ritual. And then we'll just send someone into the labyrinth again, I guess. Get in that labyrinth. Get in that labyrinth, guys. Get us some of that death metal. Surely, if it was once per lantern year, it would say so, right? It would say you can only endeavour here once per year. Like, I would have to think that that is the case. The rotting remains of the king ready to be harvested. Okay, let's send in some, again, of our rubbish survivors. Let's send in that dude that just got Mad Eye. Get in there, Mad Eye. Mad Eye rolls a 7. Prevail or escape, or lose your spoils and die. So Mad Eye dies. But he's got a lifetime reroll, so he'll reroll. He rolls an 8. That is still the same. So Mad Eye is dead. We gain ourselves another crack. Arthur will go. He has no lifetime reroll. Arthur rolls a 6. He can die. And it's another crack. I've got like 4 survivors that I haven't even made yet. Lucius can go in there. Get in there, Lucius. He rolls a 1, so he'll spend his lifetime reroll to reroll that 1, and he gets a 9. Lucius gains grounded and a death medal. Yeah. I don't really care if he's got grounded. We get a death medal. That's what we wanted. We'll send another survivor in now, so we actually have to spend our next endeavour. In you go, Luna. Luna gets an 8. She will prevail, and she will spend her survival, and she will get a death medal as well. Actually, you know what I should look at is the actual strange resource death medal and see if it says anything on it. Because that would be unfortunate if it did. Nope, just says dense and heavy. Cool. So we'll send Luna in again. She rolls a 3. She'll use her lifetime reroll. She rolls a 10. She gains another death medal. We're at 3 now. Who do we send in now? Do we just trust the Luna? Petunia, she hasn't gone in. Petunia goes in. She rolls a 3. She'll spend her lifetime reroll. She rolls an 8. And she will gain a death medal and she will prevail. Good. 4 death medal. We got so many survivors. We can do what we please. Let's go and have a look if that allows us to make anything from the Kingsmith. What does that need? That needs a majestic arm. What does that need? That needs a king's coin. If we understood the decomposing labyrinth, we probably would have kept that king's coin. The helm, pallium, and so we need Greaves Gauntlet's helm. So we need a king's coin, we need a majestic arm, and we need a pallium to make ourselves a Death King set of armor, which would be wonderful. So we've got the 3 death metal that we need. I don't think we need any other weapons, do we? What does this assassinator need? What about the blacksmith? Anything we can craft now? Lantern helm, is it? No, not yet. Friends, that is all. We are going to depart and face off against a level 2 king, I think. We'll go face a level 2 king. And have a ripping good time. Enjoy. Catch you on the next episode. Big Deno out.